I'm letting y'all know and I'm standing on it. Anybody that got beef with Akademiks, Drake, or anyone else, watch how the algorithm moves against them. Pay attention to it. It's consistent.
Okay.
Right? They need my shit talking anti-Netanyahu, anti-government, progressive shit out the way, bro.
And they owe us money. They owe us a lot of money, and they don't want to pay us.
Yeah. I don't know.
And by the way, that's a union contract.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
So we're dealing with our union.
Yes, that's a union deal. They're going against the union. So,
Laura, I thought you were good.
It's all about unions.
No, I'm not.
I definitely want to move on from the battle. Hopefully that's not where Iceman is at. I hope he's back in his Drake bag, doing what Drake does. Great songs. He always gives us great songs. Some sexy songs for you have fire on it. So I hope we back to the get down.
I want to hear some good music. Some
yeah,
bangers.
Man, Drake got bangers.
So
there were things that Charlemagne was willing to do that I would have never done. Never. And that's how you get to those big bags.
Because I don't to have the people like the iHearts of the world want to hand you this much money.
Welcome back and what's good? This is the FuriousRobinson podcast and I'm your host, Furious. I'm here to document ego, power, leverage, and accountability in media. Hit that like button early, drop a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. This is a Sick Times media production. You see the planes? Ebro has been talking crazy for years. The same man that was talking down to younger rappers. The same gatekeeper that was hating on YouTube creators. This is the same man that said Akademiks would never be anything without the internet. We've come full circle. The same person that said, I don't capitulate for Hot 97 is complaining about the algorithm. He's complaining about Drake and Akademiks stands. Well, sir, if you stop saying their name, maybe the stands will stop popping out of the shadows.
I'm letting y'all know and I'm standing on it. Anybody that got beef with Akademiks, Drake, or anyone else, watch how the algorithm moves against them. Pay attention to it. It's consistent.
Okay.
Right?
So the algorithm didn't switch up at all. Ebro, let's wake it up. Your leverage did. You no longer have a machine behind you. This is now a content creator cosplaying on YouTube as a gatekeeper. It's now time to compete. And this video was very simple to me. Ebro is not a victim of the algorithm. He's a victim of losing institutional power, aka the machine, and then being forced to compete in a system he used to look down on.
Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long.
We're watching real-time confusion. We're watching somebody try to play a game they never respected. If you don't respect the game, you're not really having fun here. You're figuring it out on the fly. So it's very simple. Let's get it out the mud. Time to sink or swim. So let me just line it up and give this some context because I think a lot of us are having revisionist history. Ebro, no one is suppressing the content. Not because you speak on Drake and Akademiks ad nauseum, now is everyone hating. No, that's not the case. The case here is fundamental leverage. The case here is you didn't expect to get furloughed from Hot 97. You did not expect to get the axe. So when you got chopped off the block, off the hierarchy chain, and now you have no leverage, you have to fight your way through the algorithm. And this is what it feels like when there's an absence of the machine.
And they owe us money. They owe us a lot of money, and they don't want to pay us.
Yeah. I don't know.
And by the way, that's a union contract.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
So we're dealing with our union.
Yes, that's a union deal. They're going against the union. So,
Laura, I thought you were good.
It's all about unions.
No, I'm not.
This is what it feels like to now be a YouTuber. So if you haven't, subscribe to Ebro on YouTube.
Make sure you subscribe to Ebro in the morning on YouTube.
The gatekeeping era is over. Ebro comes from an era where radio ruled everything. They decided on who got spins, who got interviews, and who got pushed. If you did not make your way up to Hot 97, you pretty much did not exist in New York. You were invisible.
This nigga, we make a song like.
Beezy, you not built for
Hey,
that.
listen. It's gonna be a lot of young guys coming up here, and they ain't gonna want to rap on that. I'm trying to tell you, it's changing.
Yo, look.
It's changing.
I hope they change.
It's changing, bro.
I hope they change. I hope they change.
Now let's fast forward. Artists don't need radio. They go straight to YouTube, Twitch, podcasters, and streamers. So now Ebro is in the same position he used to put other people in. And he don't like that.
Oh, now things are tougher. You know what I'm saying? We're just ELR. We don't even have the cosign of the Heritage logo. You know what I'm saying? We're not traditional media anymore. We're just some people on YouTube, so it's a lot different.
Hey, don't
That
say
is
it like
true.
that.
They may act different out here.
No, Laura, I'm telling you, people
know.
are acting different.
I know.
You haven't experienced people acting different?
Yes.
Somebody I've known for 30 years the other day, I was talking to them about some artists they work with and me wanting them on this show.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, send me some details about the show.
Nah.
We gotta send out a press kit.
So you can't gatekeep the culture for years. And then now that they've moved the proverbial gate, there's no more keys. There's no more gatekeepers. You can get it out the mud on a multitude of platforms. Ebro is no longer needed in the space, and it's being spotlighted in real time. Let me just wake this up for the people in the back. And this is going to sound harsh in real time, but it is what it is. Without the brand of Hot 97, Ebro Darden is just a creator. Without that brand, without that shield, without that massive stamp of approval from the machine, Ebro no longer has access, artist relationships, credibility. There's no urgency for this content.
What we're doing now is something that we're in control of, and we are paying for.
You're not the platform. You're competing with the platforms as well as a host of other creators. You went from being in the room to asking for an invite. And I get it. Some folks out there will say, yo, this is hate. You hating on Ebro. Stop being a human shield. Because at the end of the day, the algorithm conversation is a scapegoat. It's a straw man argument. He's moving the goalposts to essentially appease, to give himself excuses, because let me translate. The content is basura. It's not hitting. Nobody is tapped in. Let's just give some honest truths. We know that the algorithm rewards shareability, engagement, retention. So if the content was slapping, everybody would be tapped in. Ebro would be essentially back on a new radio show if that was the move. But now he's going back and forth saying, why are we putting out whack content?
And we're working on stuff, and I'm like, yo, why are we still doing whack, half-baked college radio stuff?
Yeah.
Or experimenting when we know what success looks like on this platform. So why are we doing this?
Respectfully, if we understand that the content is trash in nature, if we understand that we run our own show, but yet we still cannot get into that algorithm, let's just call a spade, because the algorithm does not reward status. It does not reward legacy. It does not reward, I used to run radio. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because creators like Akademiks are built for this system. Ebro is not.
Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long.
That's where it feels like something is off, where some type of weird algorithm is working against Ebro. Make it stop. That's not the case. You've entered a game where you and your old advantages don't exist. Ebro, that mid-range jumper don't work. They shooting threes now. They doing dribble drives to the paint. That old mid-range jumper that crossover is not working. So the algorithm did not blackball you. You're not getting suppressed. On YouTube, we don't respect your resume. I can play a little bit of devil's advocate here. I can be fair. There is some truth to what he's saying. Algorithms can favor certain narratives, amplify certain fan bases, suppress content based on engagement patterns, respectfully. And yes, some fans are armies. I get it. The stands are there. They can influence your visibility. But that's the game. And creators who understand that adapt to the times of YouTube.
Drake is not that important. The reason Drake's in this is because he is a sickness in the game.
3 days later.
I definitely want to move on from the battle. Hopefully that's not where Iceman is at. I hope he's back in his Drake bag, doing what Drake does. Great songs. He always gives us great songs. Some sexy songs for you have fire on it. So I hope we back to the get down.
I want to hear some good music, some
Yeah,
bangers.
man, Drake got bangers.
So at the end of the day, as I gracefully land the plane, this is not even about Ebro being technically wrong. Ebro is late, extremely late, to things like digital leverage, audio ownership, content first strategy, and now he's trying to make sense of the system. The system has now moved on without you. We understood that Hot 97 had 4 million subscribers when you left the platform, and you yourself verbatim said, I was never subscribed to the YouTube. We've moved on. Nobody cares about the mid-range jumper. We care about threes. And that's where Ebro is getting hung up. There's no algorithm. You lost all of your leverage. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is Ebro good? Is this marketing and strategy 101 as he continues to say Drake's name week over week? Was Akademiks right? And is he waiting for Ebro and Rosenberg as well as Laura to fail? Let me know what you think in them comments. Hit the like button for that algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a hater. This is the Furious Robinson podcast, a Sick Times Media production. Stay dangerous.